Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy birthday. I don't know what part of the year you'll be watching this. Welcome back, YouTubers, gunners, subscribers. Today's video, we are assembling back the K-Series all-wheel drive transmission. So, the first video is teaching you how to take it apart, and now this video will teach you how to put it back together, how to assemble it. I'm going to show you guys. I cleaned up all the screws. It took me about almost 30 minutes to clean all the screws on the bench grinder. Everyone needs a bench grinder in the garage, 100%. It's mandatory. Painted the housing. I'll show you guys that in a second. We're going to assemble this thing. We're going to make it as easy and detailed as possible. So gear up, get your tools ready, start gunning. Let's get it. There it is, gunners. I got all my bolts cleaned up. I used the bench grinder here for a while, and this is the transmission casing. Me and Trappy prepped it, cleaned it, primed it 3 times, painted it 3 times, so it's got about 6 coats. Hopefully it holds up. We took off as much as we can unbolt. This guy right here was giving us a problem, so we're going to heat it up after, or maybe we'll just put it back in and use this. But yeah, left these here if you guys are missing that part. So this is our next giveaway car. We already explained it in the other video. So I'm gonna put my camera on the tripod, and we are going to assemble this motor plus more. So let's go. Okay, we don't need this for a while, so we'll start working on the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna get some assembly lube here. Are you guys keeping up with me? Let's get it going. Let's get it doing something. Let's get it to do something. Get it to do something. I use these gloves here. What am I gonna use for oil? I don't care what it is. What do you got, Aki Spocky? Hit you with a hockey. Let's use some cheap oil here. Got some cheap oil here, some 10W30. I'm going to poke a hole in this guy up here just to lubricate things as I am building. So that works. There it is. Alright, so our differential is going into here. So I'll just dress that up where the bearing is going to ride. Pause. I got some tape on the other end. You know, when you get into bearings and stuff like that, you kind of gotta really be delicate, because what you don't want to happen is some binding. So this is gonna drop right in. We grab it from the top here, nice and easy. We guide it down. It's in, nice and easy. We'll spin it to see if there's any friction. Nothing. Perfect. We got our speed ring on. We got both bearings on. We torque down. The ring gear onto there, and that's it. So I'll put a little oil here where the final drive is going to sit. I'll put a little oil here. I'll put a little oil where the forks are, where reverse is. We just want things not to bind up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope these angles are working for you. So we'll just move this guy around, you know. We'll get that oil going throughout the bearing because we cleaned out the casing. Just spin that there. Spin this guy here nice and easy, and that's it. We're fairly ready to assemble the gear set. I can move this. You know what? Let me move this out of the way to show you how to properly stack that. Let's just move that here. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna save this for another clip. Let me end it. Now, guys, putting your gears together. So what we want to do is we want to keep this guy intact, because that's not going to move. There's a hex key holding it. So we line it up to give or take right there. Now, we're going to grab our 1-2 fork, which is basically the shorter one. We put that guy in there. These notches in the fork always face up because that's where those detain balls go. Balls. This is number 2, which is 3/4. So that goes like that. And then, if I'm not mistaken, 5 is here. 5 in reverse. Now, just bear with me, because I think it goes like, yeah, it goes like that. Okay, that's money. Is that money? Yeah, that's money. So we have this together. We're gonna, when we assemble it, we're gonna hold it. No, wait, does this 1, 2 go behind here? All right. Let me just get this right, guys. Just bear with me, man. Bear with me. I haven't done a K-trans in a while. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so 1, 2 goes behind. Okay, so now we have this together. We'll bring in our casing. That's fine. That's fine. We'll bring back our bell. We'll put that there. Now remember, we also have these shims. It goes from big to small onto the shaft poles. So let's see if I correctly line these up. And we just drop it down nice and easy. Yep, that's money. So now we have our gear set on. They're in all 3 slots into the bell housing, which is the forks. And now we assemble this backside. I'll try to get you a better angle to where we're installing reverse and the selector. A little bit close up here for you guys on reverse. So this guy, the thread is always going to face up because you have to catch it with that 14. So we go like this. We put that in and we face it towards the VIN number. So the thread is going to face towards the VIN number. Next is our holder, which we have the 2 10mm that are holding it. So we lift this up. We line it up with this guy here. Bear with me. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we get our 2 10s. You can't lose them, they're black. And they're both the same height. So now we'll drive this down with the gun, but we won't actually tighten it with the gun. We'll go get a 3/8 ratchet. So nice and easy, just till it touches. Good. Good. Let me go get a 3/8 ratchet. Let me tell you something, guys. What I'm doing on YouTube with these details, trust me, I'm getting a lot of criticism for it because these people can't rape you no more. Because you're going to learn on your own. And you know what? Whatever. I know exactly how to deal with hate. I've been dealing with it my whole life. So it doesn't bother me none, bro. As long as I'm not robbing anyone, as long as I'm not doing anyone dirty, I'm comfortable in my own skin. Super comfortable. So this guy goes this way. We get our other 2 10s. I'm sorry, wrong 10s. Yep, no, I was right. Bear with me. Yeah, I was right. Okay. So longer one goes here. I hope you guys can see. Other guy goes here. Same concept. Use the gun, but don't tighten it. But do not tighten it all the way. Now, if you want to go torque spec crazy, go ahead. Be my guest. But I told you, just by hand until you know that it's not going to come loose and you're golden. Okay, that's finished. We are done as far as this part. Do not forget, you have to put back our magnet. It goes on the other side. Let me give it one more wipe. Magnet goes here, and it goes face down. Done. Make sure that's all the way down. We have reverse in, everything lines up. We are going to get ready to grab the other side of the housing, but we have to silicone first. And you don't have to silicone both sides. You just put it nice and generous on this side with Honda Bond, and you'll be golden. I want to give a big shout out to all the gunners and all my supporters that always send me Honda Bond. Whether they have a tube or 1 or 10 or 15, it's crucial that I always have Honda Bond. I don't really like using anything else. It would suck for you to assemble them. Now, we're just giving this a nice wipe so it's dry. It's not oily, so the Honda Bond can actually grab and hold. Again, thank you so much to all the gunners and all the subscribers, and whoever supports me sends Honda Bond. So I have some here. Hopefully I don't have to open up a new one. Give me a second. Oh, man. Weather's a little better today. Weather is a little better today. It's about 48, 50 degrees outside. Okay, got it. A nice coat. Now, you don't have to glob this on. You're just going to give it a nice little layer. So we just go like this. Just like that. We dab it on so it can grab on both sides, the bottom and top. And obviously, when we are, before we put on the outer casing, we're going to wipe that down too. Alright guys, so before you think you're home, this is what you have to do. You've got these three marks on this top bearing that have to line up with the casing. So this part here, man, I'm not really, let me change this angle here. Really try to help you out. You see this guy right here? He has to face out towards the fork almost, because inside the casing there's a slot for it. So that's perfect. So we aim this guy this way. We're going to try to line up our forks nice and even. Let me back up a little bit. Let me fix this angle here for you. Let's try to close this trans real quick. Let's double check that. Move it over. Okay, so sometimes when this guy doesn't line up, am I recording? Oh, thank God. So sometimes when this guy doesn't line up, it needs a little bit of help of moving around into this section of the casing. So right now, it's ready to close. So what we do is we lightly tap it. Then we'll get a stop because this bearing needs to be, this clip needs to be opened. So where is my, there it is. Okay, open that guy up. Bear with me. Should have got a wider one. That's it. Closed. So now what we will do is we'll start putting in all our bolts. I'll go on the other side and we're finished. Now I cleaned up these 12s just to make it look a little bit better. Yeah, we're just putting our 12s back in. Remember that longer 12 I was talking about? This is it right here. This is the difference between what belongs here and what belongs here. Hope you could see that because I'm grooving right now. And that's it. I'm not going to kill this. I'm just going to get these guys going so that silicone can grab. Nothing crazy. Let the big gun do the work. But that's it. You basically put all these 12s back into where they belong. bracket goes on this side that I also cleaned up. And we're in great shape. I'll show you guys how to change the weighted arm, and we're done. So on the shifter mechanism, how do we change this weighted arm? This is a crucial piece in the K-Series transmission world. I switch these every 3 passes on my race car because I shift hard. Some people switch them every 1 pass. Are they expensive? Not really, about 50, 60 bucks. In my opinion, to you guys, to save your transmission, maybe every 6 months, maybe once a year. Part number is 24470-PPP-010. That's the part number, and we are going to swap this out right now. So first thing we do is we get a 12 mil. We have a 12 mil nut here. We're going to loosen that nice and easy, and this should pop up. Now, if it doesn't pop up on yours, that means that this shaft is bent. If it's hard to take out like this, sometimes people actually have to use a chisel to remove this cage. If it's hard to take out, the shaft is completely bent. Trust me, I could show you stuff that's like this. So we're going to keep this guy together so we don't mess up. I'll put it down like this. Just leave them right there. And take this cap off. Take these double springs out. Now, there's a lot of other companies that sell these like in, I guess, a stiffer form, but I don't really see why I need it for this build. This build does not need that. You simply pull up, take that rubber off, okay? Take out your new weighted arm. Nice and crispy, straight. Put this rubber on here. Stick this guy down in there. I hope I'm doing a good job. I really do. Get him in here. Is this lined up? Yeah, it's lined up. Come on in. Come on, buddy, go home. Go home. It's easier without the rubber. I just put the rubber to make it look nice. Turn that rubber over. It got pinched. Yeah, got pinched. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Okay. Push this guy here. Come on, catch. There it is. It caught. It caught. Now, washer. Spring, small one. Big guy. Cap. No cap. No cap. We are going to take this guy here. Not lose him anywhere. Goes like yonder. Just gotta line this guy up so it can go through. There it is. Come on down, buddy. Come on down, buddy. I'll tell you one thing, man. If you're a YouTuber or if you record things, whatever you do, on camera it always looks more difficult. On camera, because if the camera wasn't on, this would have slid right in. It's just like, I don't know. It's like when you're trying to show someone like something on your phone. You're like, yo, you gotta see this, and it takes forever to load. So it's the same thing when you're doing stuff on YouTube. Never fails. Okay, so washer on the 12, like this. Stick this guy here, hold it down into position. Thread by hand first. Make sure you're getting a thread in. There it is. Tighten it. Come Perfect. Now you changed your weighted arm all by yourself. Functional. Let's go install it. So now I'm just bolting up small things here. Put your spring first, your washer here, right? Ball goes here. Guys, this guy right here, these 12s, are basically in charge of how smooth your car shifts. So don't over tighten these. Do not over tighten these. Do these by hand. So drive them as close as you can. Don't use an extension. Just use the 12. And you're just going to go by hand, man. Good. Good. So now, depending on how tight this is, it's going to really feel sloppy shifting. So I don't really like going too tight on those. What do we got here? Let me put my 14 in for reverse, like I told you guys. So just move that guy around there. Perfect. It lines up smooth. So we drive that into there. Remember, that guy in there is aiming towards the VIN number, if that helps you. So 14, same thing here. We'll tighten it by hand. We'll tighten it by hand. Where are you? Take this guy, drop him here. Am I going too fast? I hope I'm not going too fast. Money. Done. So that boom, that clip is going to close when we turn it around. Let's move some tooling in, because we're going to flip this guy this way. Let's put our selector in now. Okay, so I put a nice thin layer here of silicone. I'm going to line this part here of the hammer through the forks. I have my forks all straight. You stick a flathead in there and you figure that part out. So you go in through here. It's not really super easy to do. You really have to take your time and you'll just feel it fall into place. So we'll just take a look one more time if we got everything right. We'll line up our forks, because that's exactly what it's trying to do right now, is line up the actual forks. There it is. It's almost in. There it is. It's in. Okay, so now we take our long 10. No, you know what? Yeah, we'll take our long 10, we'll put that in there. Push that on through there. Get our longer 10 here. Put that through here, where neutral is. It's my little gun. I love that little gun. Gotcha. Put that up. Tighten that. 2 other short 10s. Lead them on. That's good. And then last but not least here. That's done. And now we'll flip it around. We'll get reverse in. Same thing here, same concept. Little silicone at the end here, just like that. That amount right there. Now this holds the cage. So as you twist it, it'll seal. Where is that Allen? There it is. Number 8. Keeping up. Done. Finished. So now we have that. Shifts mint. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shifts great. This guy's closed here. Same concept. Silicone right at the edge. Not too much, just one piece. And then we get our 14 hex key. We tighten this by hand also. Then we get our gun. Staple that guy down. Good. That's money. Our transmission is finished. We put our transfer case on real quick and we're all done. So we got our transfer case here. Very simple. It's going to line right up with everything else. Just want to make sure it's caught in the right gear before we start hitting anything or something like that. So drive the 14 to hold it. Just to hold it. Well, I try to do this. If you're wondering why I didn't paint this part, it wasn't in too much of a bad shape. And I kind of didn't want to do the all black thing. I've never done this, so I'm just going off what I see. But I think, yeah, it's lined up. Lined up real nice. Okay, because what I didn't want to do is have teeth banging against each other. So I'm going to grab my 14 here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use the big gun because I remember it was a little bit difficult to take out. So it's definitely going to have a little bit more torque than that little gun. Okay, spins good. Let's put it in gear, see what happens. Nice, everything's working great. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it sounds good too. It sounds this car's gonna shift immaculate. Watch, I promise you. Okay, guys, we're all done. I showed you guys how to do a differential swap on an all-wheel drive 5-speed transmission. Like I said, study these videos. You don't have to pay anyone to do it. You can do it. The tools are not expensive to do it. We're talking about hex keys and sockets. That's about it. And silicone. Once you have the right parts, everything is functional. I'm excited. Let me know what you think about this giveaway, man. Give me some thumbs up. Give me a share. Tell people about the channel. We're 500 subscribers away from giving away the TSM manifold for absolutely free. That's what this channel is going to do. It's going to help people throughout the world. It is what it is. When the money comes, it comes. But for now, we are going to help the world. So please, man, let me know how I did on this. Let me know if you understood it. Let me know if you can do it by yourself now. I'm reading all your comments. I like all of your comments. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's keep gunning, man.